name is Ciro. I'm the founder of HeartOut app. I am first of all, I am a pianist, a classical professional pianist, and I've done this my whole life. Basically, I play piano like many of you, I'm sure, since I was 4. I started very young because I'm the youngest of 6, and everybody was playing piano at the house, so I also wanted to do it. But anyway, that's another story. So I have, of course, done many auditions in my life, many concerts, of course, as well. But through the process of auditioning when I was younger, when I was auditioning for schools, competitions, festivals, and many of the things that you guys are doing, then I started teaching, and I am also a judge, and I've organized a few competitions. So I've always been connected to also the organizational aspect of auditions and competitions, and that's when the idea came up to come up with a product, in this case an app, that basically what we are offering to people is that when they hear someone, they hear them as if they were live, as if you're hearing someone live through the internet, live like we're doing right now, but actually you don't have to be connected. Not everybody has to be connected at the time. So judges can hear you just like they hear you now in a recording, or hear us, anyone that is going to make an audition. Also professional people like us. Martin is a professional singer. Also still do auditions. Sometimes we take auditions for professional jobs, or you audition for a conductor, so this is a constant part of our lives. And what we have seen through the process is that more and more they're requiring, I'm sure you guys have seen, we want to make sure that we see your hands, we want to make sure that everything's in one take. And many of these recordings are not trustful, in the sense that you can do so much with software nowadays that in many cases they're not accepting professional recordings, is what I meant to say. In the sense that they don't trust how true those recordings are. And that's what we're offering, okay? On you guys' side, we feel like it's gonna be great, because I've also recorded so much in my life, especially now. I'm recording with many kids at the school where I teach. And they start recording, and then you miss a note, and then you wanna start it again, and then you miss a note, and you keep going, and you're thinking, well, should I go back? And that's not how you think when you're on stage. When you're on stage, you miss a note, you have to let it go. Anything that happens, you have to, it's like a horse race. You don't look to the side, you just go forward, and that's the way it should be also when you record, which is not because you think you want to do the best job, you want to do the perfect job, which we all know that it's never really going to be perfect. But then you also lose the other aspect of performing, which is the most beautiful aspect. The nerves, the excitement, the getting ready to go on stage, and it's like, it's a combination of so many things that is so unique, we almost become addicted to, but it's so beautiful. When you guys might not realize this yet because you're so young, but it's such a beautiful feeling, in the sense that, wow, I have prepared. When I play a concerto, last concerto I think I played was maybe Rachmaninoff's second. And you prepare, you practice, you do everything that you need to do. And then finally, when the moment comes, it's like, finally, when you walk on stage, it's like, wow, I can't believe I'm about to play with this orchestra in front of all these people, in these amazing pianos, this amazing piece of music. And from your side, we feel like it's going to be also super helpful, because you're just going to sit down and play. And that's what we call the heart out, because it's play your heart out. That's it.
Thank you, Ciro.
Maybe that was a little too long, but
for the new participants that just came in, Ciro was talking. He's the founder of the HeartOut app. My name is Martin Palmer. I'm the CTO of the app, and also I fell in love with this idea because, as a performer, I'm an opera singer, and I feel everything that Ciro says, before coming to the stage. you know, that is like an unstoppable horse that is running, you know, at all speed, full speed, you know, and you cannot stop it, you know, and you have to get in, you know, the orchestra is playing, you have to get in. And that I think that's the idea of this app, you know, that just to play your heart out, to do your best. And you have so many tries, you know, you have like 3, 4, maybe 5 tries. That's the maximum for a competition.
Yeah. And the good news, I think, we also feel like for you guys is that phones are recording so well nowadays. We don't know how how the sound is gonna come through because we're doing this in Zoom live, so the sound might not show up right now. But we can tell you that one of my students played Rachmaninoff Paganini quite a few years ago, and I recorded her with the phone in my hand. And she told me after, she said, like, you know, I got this recording from this person. The professional recording, there was someone coughing or something. The best recording I got was the one from your phone. So we feel like phones are so good nowadays that the quality of the recording is super good for any judges to be able to hear you doing your best. And also it's going to be in same conditions because most of you are going to have good phones and most of you are going to record under the same conditions. Not on the same piano, of course, but the idea is to get as close as possible to a live performance. So you can record yourself with the audition trials that I forget exactly what the name of it is, I'll show it now. But basically you can record yourself, listen to yourself, you can record it again, put the phone a little bit farther away, a little bit closer, and then record again. And once you find the best shot, then or the best distance, more than anything distance. Of course, we're looking to see you, but also listen and see how, what distance it sounds best. Because that all has to do with the piano, the room, the acoustics of wherever you're going to record. And the other thing to mention is the light.
Yeah, the light always should be in the back of the camera, never in the front of the camera, you know, otherwise you're going to be so dark. And that's a problem that Ciro is having there. So he has the blinds and that, you know, dissipates a little bit that effect. So I think, Ciro, we can start now. If you want, start sharing your screen and open the app.
Of course, I have created a user ID myself. So you will, once you download the app, you will create a user ID, which I think is self-explanatory. So I'm not gonna redo that because it's, you know, it's basically an email and a password. What we're talking about today is the HeartOut contest. So we also created the mock auditions, which you guys are welcome to try, which is basically the same process that I'm going to explain. But you guys are welcome to actually try. This is free, and if you want to actually practice recording in the app, you should give it a shot in the mock audition before, so you actually feel a little bit more secure. We are very secure that once you get to see how simple it is, there's not going to be any problems. But today I'm going to audition to the piano competition, which when you click, you have, I'm sure most of you have actually seen here the actual prizes and the description. We have the jury, an amazing panel of jurors here. And then you will click on start audition. I have a credit card saved. I don't have a coupon right now, so I'm going to pay for the audition. And then we have here a few questions for you guys, name and age. All right, I'm going to say, I am going to play Reflect. Of course, I had to choose a French piece. I hope I'm remembering correctly. And I'm only going to write this. You guys, of course, will write as much. You guys will write your whole repertoire here. And then how long have you been playing the piano? In my case, believe it or not, 39 years. All right, so those are simple questions. Then you click OK. And then here is where, at the bottom, where you have to try the recording test. Okay, and this you can do as many times as you want. This will not get saved. It gets temporarily saved on your phone. So when you click right here, I'm gonna click on the camera, and that's basically what the shot will look like, right? So I'm gonna just do one test. I'm gonna press here to record. And then I will play a little bit of the actual piece that I will record. Okay, so you can record as much as you want. Of course, ideally, you want to do some loud and some soft. I'm gonna stop it. And here you can hear it. I'm not sure that it's gonna come through, Martin, you can let me know. I'm gonna try to play it. It's likely that it won't, the sound. But you can see here that you can watch yourself and you can also hear yourself. I'm not even hearing it myself, so I'm
yeah,
sure
no,
it's
the sound won't come
yeah,
because we're using Zoom.
That's because of Zoom. You can do as many times. You just click in the cross here. That doesn't get saved. You can do it again, and you can do that until you're happy that you found the right distance. Okay. Then you will go to your audition. All right, here we have some very self-explanatory steps that we want to make sure that you guys every time are reminded of this. Number one, make sure you have enough battery. So if you have 10% and you're going to do, use the camera for half hour, it's very likely that your phone is going to run out of battery. Therefore, the audition will be canceled, because the whole idea is that once you start recording, nothing can go wrong from our side, right?
Yeah, just that try, right?
That try, yes. I'll get to it, Martin. We want to make sure that you guys understand there are no do-overs. Once your audition is recorded, you cannot edit the video, and there are no do-overs, okay? What do-over means is like, oh, I did something wrong, can I do it again? Not really. The idea is like it feels like you're going on stage, okay? Now, of course, in this competition, you guys have 4 tries to actually record. So if one of them doesn't go right, yes, you will have those 3 more. And then at the end, I'll show you guys how you will submit only one of them. These messages are going to be there every time that you record. And this is very important, which basically we're asking you to go to airplane mode and likely to turn off your Wi-Fi also. Especially for the iPhone users, if you're actually recording and you get a call, it's very likely that the recording might get interrupted. So for that not to happen, we ask you to go to airplane mode, which I'm not going to do right now because I will lose the Zoom connection. But you will go into airplane mode, and then you will go to audition. Okay? Be careful while recording. Don't exit the app under any circumstances. Otherwise, the trial will be marked as invalid. And that is the most important thing that I want to tell you guys, that I am going to press continue now. And basically in the camera, this is when a token gets issued, and we then match this token when you're done, when the recording starts uploading, and you cannot get off of the camera because the recording will be invalid. I'm going to press play, and I'm just going to play a few measures again. Okay, so once you're done, of course, your audition will take about, let's say, between 10 and 15 minutes is what I think we're asking. You record your 10 or 15 minutes, get to your phone, and make sure you press stop. If you get off of the camera, the recording will be invalid. So you press stop, and the audition will automatically upload, like it is doing right now. Depending on the length of the recording, it will take a little bit longer. So in this case, we're done. You tap, and there is, here you can see how you have 4 trials. You can see the 4 squares, okay? It's processing on the back end, it's processing the audition, but you can actually go and do another audition, which is what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna do one more, I'm not gonna do 4. Here we have again the battery message, the no do-overs, and the don't get interrupted, basically go again to airplane mode, which I'm not gonna do right now because I will lose you guys. And one more, I'm gonna play the exact same thing. Yeah. Now I feel like playing it. Such a beautiful piece. All right, press stop. Make sure you press stop, and then it should start uploading. The only thing that I'm not doing in this presentation right now is getting on or off of airplane mode. Once you press stop, then it will probably ask you to please get off of airplane mode so it can upload the audition. All right, so just for purpose of timing, I'm not gonna do 4 tries because we don't need to. Obviously, you can do up until 4, and then you can choose your best one. Here at the end, once you are done, you don't have to do the 4 auditions, the 4 trials. If you're happy with one of the 2 that you've done, or even the first one, you can just select the one. And once you select, like I'm selecting here, you'll click on submit auditions and submit audition. And after you click on submit on audition, you're basically done. It will give us one last reminder that once you submit, you will not be able to change your selection. And if you have any more opportunities to record, you will not be able to use them. Okay, so basically we're reminding you that once you are submitting the audition, you're done. You will not be able to record again. Okay, I press OK, and I'm done. I'm basically done. When I go to back to HeartOut contests here, you'll see in enter competitions. I enter this competition, and you can actually view your audition, which I'm not going to view right now because there will be no sound. But only the one that you submitted gets saved in our system.
Michael sent a question. What happens if I close the app during my recording? Ciro, can you answer?
What happens if you
I close
the
app during my recording? Yes.
You lose your trial. Okay. Basically, the technical aspect, I'm sure Martin, you could describe it a little bit better than myself, but the security part of our of the app works that once you press to record, a token gets issued. The recording uploads, the tokens have to match, and that's how we know this is a real recording. Yeah, if you get off the app, we don't know that, and therefore the trial is invalid. Okay. In this case, you have 4 trials. Let's say this happens to you the first trial, then that will say, you will see it on your phone, it will say invalid trial. Okay, so that's all that happens. Now, if something happened where, for example, you were playing and your dog came and jumped on top of you, then you can call us, you can reach out to us, and we can give you another opportunity, I guess, because we can clearly see that it was something that doesn't have anything to do with you. But unless we can see that is the most important part of what we're offering, and we don't want to, what's the word? We don't want to lose that quality of secureness that we're offering to the jury.
We have another question. Mustafa, unmute yourself if you want. You can ask. Hello.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi.
I was just gonna ask: is it better if you use a mic, like on your phone, like if you hook up a mic?
Yes, I was going to mention that. You know, we did a few trials with a few mics, and they were pretty similar. You can try yourself. It works well, so you can actually do it. The trials that we did, it was pretty similar, the sound that the phone grabbed compared with the sound that the external mic. But yes, you can do it, and you can try. If you have a mic, you can also try that in the recording test with or without, and then choose whatever sounds better. So you're welcome to use it.
Okay. We have another question here. Vincent, right? Unmute yourself.
Hello.
Hello, Vincent.
I just want to make sure. So each of the trials, we're recording all of our songs per trial, and then submitting them.
Exactly.
All right. Thank you.
In each trial, you record all your audition, the entire audition. So yes, that's the idea. Yes, we had some questions about that earlier, and yes, of course, you have 4 trials, but you use 1 trial for the 2 pieces. Okay.
Thank you.
And also, we wanna say also that you do your first trial and you don't feel like it's your day, and then you want to try tomorrow again. You can do it. You can do that too. We have some controversial question here.
Okay.
It says, what's the difference between this and Facebook Live or Zoom? Okay.
Good, very good question. There are some big differences. Well, first with Zoom, we all had to be here at this time, right? So if you wanted to, for example, have a competition like we're having right now, we will have to make sure contact each one of you and make sure that the 4 jurors, some in England, some in the United States, can actually agree with you at a time, and we had to do that with as many competitors as we have. I think we all know that is pretty impossible to run an event like this. So that is the advantage. We use the advantage of actually having something recorded, which is basically you guys record it whenever you want, and the jury hears you whenever they want. So it's actually, there's a lot of advantages from both sides compared to Zoom. Compared to Facebook, yeah, okay, you have Facebook Live, but I think the big difference is that, well, first of all, you can record as many times as you want on Facebook Live, number one. So we don't have so much the live aspect, right? And then the quality, we feel like the quality of the recording is pretty amazing. What we can come up with is a lot more organized for the judges, for the organizer, and yeah, most importantly, again, it's kind of the same. Facebook is a little bit something live. Any platform where you record live will be pretty similar but only to a certain way, because really you can record as many times as you want, and then you just upload that recording to whatever server the organizer is using. So we feel like we're very different. We feel like we're getting the best of both worlds.
Also, I think you wanted to talk a little bit, Ciro, that in the future, this is also very important, because the HeartOut app also is going to be part of different orchestras, making auditions. They're going to be asking for a violinist or for a viola player, and they're going to use HeartOut, orchestras all over the world. We're making connections already and with different organizations and very important ones. We cannot say now, but we are very excited about it, and I think everything's going to be amazing in the near future.
This is only the beginning, guys. We wanna create a platform for you guys to basically have some of your content. We have many ideas. We don't want to talk too much right now because we have to go step by step. But most importantly, the idea is to create a connection between the students around the world, and musicians, young musicians around the world, professional musicians around the world, and organizations. When you hear someone live, it's a different story. I'm sure you guys have performed. I'm sure you guys understand. It might be a little scary, but I'll bet you that you're gonna love it eventually, because it's just gonna be like play. It's not gonna be the mental process. Oh my God, should I go back? And you're playing this crazy difficult thing, and you're thinking about a note that you missed, or or some passage that didn't go quite right a minute ago. Trust me, when you're on stage, that's one of the first things they teach you. Let it go, keep
Yeah.
going, and I'm sure you guys know. So I think eventually you guys are gonna get super used to it, and this is it. It's pretty simple. It's pretty simple.
Thank
We're
you so
gonna
much.
upload this.
Thank you so much all for coming. And this is going to be recorded. So we're going to put a link on the website and then also on the social media. So you can watch it later. And also we did a video, explanatory video of how to do the auditions. You can just put HeartOut app on YouTube and you will find it over there. Thank you so much, all of you, for coming today. And we look forward to watch your auditions.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
Good
Enjoy.
luck to all of you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.